Hello, I'm Sophie. I'm currently at Kechara Forest Retreat, Bentong, Malaysia. And I'll continue sharing from the book by my guru, His Eminence, the 25th Sam Tuku Rinpoche. This is the book that I'll be sharing from, Peace, a compilation of short teachings, Sam Rinpoche. So I will continue from part 2, chapter 9, Peace Comes. As a state, on the page 81. And I'll share a scenery with you while I'm reading. So, page 81. As a happy state of mind, a good person's quality is to step out first because he wants to make himself and everyone around him happy. All of us come from different backgrounds, different upbringing, and different types of thoughts. But deep down inside, we all want the same things: to make a happy mind and to have a happy mind and to make the people around us happy. We want to be healthy, to be successful, to have a fruitful life, and to be distant from wars, disease, and difficulties. Sometimes we may not be able to achieve that on an external level, but what is more important is to have a happy state of mind. If we have a happy state of mind, then whether we are going through a war or sitting at home watching television, our minds will be calm and filled with wisdom. We'll be able to guide ourselves and others. Having a calm and happy state of mind does not mean that you cannot shout. You don't get excited and are not allowed to scream when you're watching a ball game and your favorite team wins. Calm isn't just about being calm. Calm is calm abiding, which is a state of mind that never moves from not wanting to inflict harm or engage in actions that inflict harm. A calm mind is a mind that does not ever stray or engage in actions that are motivated by bringing damage to ourselves and others in the short and long term. Those states of mind definitely can be achieved through education, learning, and rehabilitation. Everything that you can do now, everything that you are good at and are proud of, everything that you have accomplished but were not familiar with is through habituation and learning. Everything that you know now are not easy in the beginning. Even chewing food properly was not easy when you were a small child. It is through habituation that you can now just put the food in your mouth and not have to think. You just chew. Anything that you have accomplished in your life and everything that you have in your life, conducting business, grooming, walking, talking, comes from habituation. Since habituation is the key, it is also the key to happiness and unhappiness. You can change the environment around you hundreds of times. You can change the people around you, your clothes, your country, your car, and everything that you do externally, but nothing changes, although it seems like everything has changed. How many times have we switched ourselves around and seen that we fall back into the same situation? People often feel that if they run away from a certain situation, things will change. How can things change? If we are angry with someone or with a situation, staying away from that person or situation does not take away the anger. Staying away is a symptomatic relief, and it does not take away the anger. And the anger will build, grow, and increase. If you are wearing an orange shirt, then it will be an orange shirt wherever you go. Your mind is like that. If you don't transform your mind, then nothing around you will transform. If nothing around you transforms, then when you are in difficult situation, you cannot expect that situation to dissipate or go away. Whether it is bad health, bad temper, a bad relationship, or problems of disharmony, whatever problems you are having will not go away unless you remove the cause, and the cause is within you. That cause can be removed, but not by mantras, rituals, prayers, miracles, lamas touching you on your head, initiations in certain practices, or visiting holy sites. That mind that creates the unhappiness in your life can only be removed when you change your habituations. It will be a very big struggle when we try to rehabituate ourselves because we have been doing something very comfortably and naturally for many years now. If someone tells us a different way, some of us will react in anger, some of us will react with patience, some of us will react in regret, and some of us will react in embarrassment. We can have all kinds of reaction, but the fact that we have a reaction means that it is irking something within us. Rehabilitation of the mind is the key to all of our problems. That may sound very monumental to all of you, but I'm making a very logical statement. If we look around us, it is if we are very honest with ourselves and examine the difficulties we have in our lives, we should begin to question where these difficulties came from. Who gave them to us? We created them. Who created them? We have to be very honest in the silence of our rooms, alone with our minds, and we have to ask ourselves, was I the cause and author of all this? If we are honest with ourselves, we will realize that most likely we were. The mind is very, very important. If you have a problem, please count on it that we will have more problems. If you have people problem, the chances are that you will continue to have problems with people wherever you go and with whomever you meet. Why? It cannot be that everyone is wrong and that you are right all the time. It is impossible. When someone says something negative to you that you don't like, how do you react? They may be wrong about what they have said to you, but are you right in reacting negatively? It takes two hands to clap. If they react negatively to you and you react in the same way, then you are just the same as them. But you say, they started it, but you continued it. What's the difference? You could work in a very negative job at situation where someone is very negative, very angry, and always fighting with others. How you react to that person is how that person will react to you in the future. If you react to that person the way they react to you, you are at their level and it will get worse. If you react positively to that person, it will break the person down in time. And even if they had wanted to harm you before, they will not think about harming you anymore. If we have problems with people at work, then we are most likely to have problems everywhere we go, with everyone we meet. If someone says that we are stingy or miserly, and we move to another situation, new people will come along and say the same thing about us. If we are lazy and we do not want to do our work, then wherever we go, someone will speak up and say something about that too, because who we are will manifest. There are no shortcuts however we are. There are no shortcuts to the path of happiness and freedom, because shortcuts only offer a symptomatic treatment. Symptomatic treatment. Sorry, the pronunciation. Okay, they do not remove the cause. If we are ill and there is something wrong with our bodies, blaming germs, the environment, and the people who cough on us does not help. The problem is that we are sick and we have to get well. My point is not about the sickness, the people, the anger, or the difficulties we have. My point is that it is time to look within at our own minds and to see how our minds operate. If we are having the same problems again and again, we need to check what we are doing within our minds that is wrong. You see, we can ignore the whole world and be enemies with the whole world, but it is much easier if we are friends with everyone. That is very easy if we looked into our mind and say, I am a human being. I make mistakes too, and I am sorry. The most famous mantra in Tibet is Om Mani Padme Hum. Each syllable in Om Mani Padme Hum relates to one of the 6 realms of samsara: hell, spirits, animals, human, demigods, and gods. When we recite that sincerely and well, We gain the power and ability to help and liberate all beings that exist in the six realms by the power of compassion. Om Mani Padme Hum is a very powerful mantra of the Bodhisattva of compassion, Avalokiteshvara in Sanskrit, or Chenrezig in Tibetan. Everybody in Tibet, from little children to old people, recites this mantra. But I think there is a more powerful mantra today, which is to think about letting the other person win. The words or mantra should be, I'm sorry. It should not be robotic, monosyllabic, dry, cold, fake, I'm sorry. There are some people who grudgingly say, you're right, I'm sorry. Are you happy? I apologized. I said I'm sorry, didn't I? When you say I'm sorry from the heart, it is not that you are necessarily sorry because you are wrong. Through habit, you might have done something to make someone unhappy, so you say you are sorry because someone is unhappy. If you say this very powerful mantra, I'm sorry, you look the other person in the eye and you mean it. It will diffuse everything. It does not mean you lose. Superficially, it may look like you have lost. You feel embarrassed and you look stupid. But look at the reaction around you. After one time, 2 times, 3 times, people will come and fold their hands and say sorry to you. It's more effort, and you might think, why do I always have to be the nice guy? Why do I always have to be the good guy? Why do I always have to be the one to step out first? Because you're the one who wants happiness. You're the one who wants to develop your mind. You're the one who wants to improve your mind. You're the one who wants to create harmony, inner peace, and world peace. So those of you who want happiness, harmony, and healing of your body, it starts with your mind. You need to make the first move. If you're having a fight with a child, you can't expect the child to say, I'm sorry, or come talk to you and pat you on the back, can you? You are an adult and you are bigger. Your mind is bigger, especially if you have heard the Dharma, and if you are a good Christian, a good Buddhist, a good Jew, a good Hindu, or a good atheist. You are a good person, and a good person's quality is to step out first because he wants to make himself and everyone around him happy. A good person likes to diffuse the situation. I use that example because that was the first teaching I received from His Holiness the 14th Dalai Lama in 1976 when I was only 11 years old in Washington, New Jersey. It was about the 8 verses of thought transformation. It was a beautiful teaching, and this was what His Holiness taught us. I remember it clearly. We should make the first move and say the first thing. We should continue it. And it should be the first move without agenda, pride, or want of reputation. It should be from the heart because we want happiness. We want to be better. We want to improve our lives. And we cannot improve our lives without depending on people around us. Nobody is a rock on an island and lives on his own. We are social animals and we need to be around people. I'm giving you Buddha's teachings, but they are as applicable today as they are thousands of years ago and very logical. It is not about me sprinkling some water on you, you accepting the Buddha and being saved. That is not going to work. None of you are going to be saved. I'm not going to be saved. You know how many people accept Jesus, Buddha, and all that? They are not saved. Saving doesn't come from an outer source. It comes from you. Jesus and Buddhas are guides. They lead us. They inspire us. But they cannot take away our suffering and give us happiness. If they could, the world will be fabulous. I don't think Jesus or Buddha would want to lead the world the way it is now. That proves to us that they don't have the power to take away anything or give us anything. But they have the power to inspire and to teach by example. And if we follow these teachings, results will come. So with that, I will end my sharing session for now. So be inspired by Rinpoche's teachings and do be the first one to say, I'm sorry. It doesn't take a lot. It's actually a way of getting rid of our egos, which causes unhappiness. And at the same time, it will, bring happiness to others. So always be humble and say, I'm sorry. So I'll end this session with a completion dedication in Tibetan. Jiangyu Senju Rinpoche, Mage Panam Geishi, Ge Panam Pami Payang, Goni Gondo Pewashu, Tony Tonga Rinpoche, Mage Panam Geishi, Ge Panam Pami Payang, Goni Gondo Pewashu, Dasan Jini Sampangi Wadi, Dandan Drowa Guna Gampandang, Jepa Jesun Basan Trapai, Tampingi Muri, Sa Se Sho, Ke Wakuntu Yandana Manda, Drami Shoki Pala Lonchochi, Sadam Dangi Yaterazane, Doji Shangi Pangatus, Ke Wadi, Yududa, Lamasang Yudrione, Droa Chike Malupa, De Salago Pashu, Joki Gaposungapa, Josunam Papewala, Geki Masiwadan, Jungi Malu Sawasho, Dadam Sungi Desendan, Drewa Songi Latine, Gewalo Santrapai, Tampa Yurifa, Gushi, Ni Modeles and Dele, Ni Migunyan Delashi, Nisinta to Delepa, Kunchusungi Jingilo, Kunchusungi Waterso, Kunchusungi Trasi, Show. Tesolama kusen rapinjing no katrini jojo ke padang lo sometimes pedro mi samsungi drawing men sata to ne giushi gawe rawe ko wishin kam den pen na dewa malu gyo wen charan se one thing get so yi shape shi de badu den giushi home tomping out malupa den ne dala sa du so ko dan den palong chat nam ke pasu shik shuk ten sa. Thank you again for joining me for this session, and I'll see you for my next session. Thank you.